Now in late 2025, with all the different high income ETFs across the market to choose from, I for whatever reason still think the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF, SPYI, is still one of the best ETFs to start at, especially if you're looking to build a foundational position in the high income realm. Now this ETF offers around a 12% distribution rate, has no price decay whatsoever, and is a massive sized ETF brought to us by NEOS, which I happen to think is one of the best ETF providers across the market. So in this video, what we're going to do is dig a little bit deeper into SPYI, the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF. I'm going to share with you guys why this ETF is still my current favorite, and that's after buying and holding it for a very, very long time now. We're going to go through all the numbers that this ETF has put up on the board since inception, and especially if you've been on the fence when it comes to building out a strong, stable, foundational, high income position for your long-term portfolio, you're definitely going to want to stick around. So if this sort of thing interests you at all, make sure to stick around, drop a link down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has already helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker, the one I use all the time on my videos, has also helped so many investors stay organized and has actually helped them see their dividend income grow. Well, today I have something even better for you guys. When you click the first link down below in my description and you grab my A to Z dividend investing ebook, today you're not only going to get the ebook, but you're also going to be getting the custom dividend tracker, which you can use to track your own dividend income ongoingly. Get direct access to my personal email where you guys can email me any questions regarding dividend investing. You're also going to receive a link to view all of my holdings inside my 7-figure dividend portfolio and see all the positions I add and take away ongoingly. And you're going to get for absolutely free my brand new high yield dividend investing ebook, where I show you the power of maximizing some of these high yielding ETFs and teach you everything there is to know about that also. This is going to be your one shot to grab everything inside of one single bundle, but you got to move quick because I'm not going to offer this for long. Now with all that, let's get back into the video. So heading into the NEOS ETF fact sheet, it says right here, the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF seeks to generate high monthly income in a tax efficient manner with the potential for equity appreciation in rising markets. Now the underlying exposure for this ETF specifically, which is very, very important whenever you're shopping around for any ETFs, understand what the underlying exposure is and ask yourself, do you like that exposure? Do you want more exposure to that exposure? In this case, the S&P 500 index is an exposure that I personally cannot get enough of in my portfolio. Now, the way this ETF works, it says high monthly income generation. SPYI aims to generate high monthly income by investing in the constituents of the S&P 500 index and implementing a data-driven call option strategy. Tax efficiency, SPYI utilizes SPX index options classified as Section 1256 contracts, 60% long-term, 40% short-term, and fund managers may seek to take advantage of tax loss harvesting opportunities, upside potential on top of all that. This ETF aims to capture a portion of the S&P's upside when the index rises, in professional option management, leverage deep expertise and research of NEOS combining decades of experience managing option-based ETFs. Now this ETF has been trading since 8/30 of 2022, so even though it seems like just yesterday that I was buying this one, it has been trading for quite some time now, especially if we're talking about the high income world with tons of brand new ETFs out there. So we can see in a second here on the max time frame what this ETF has been able to do. Now, in case you guys are curious on why this ETF specifically pretty much crosses off everything that I'm looking for, in my long-term dividend portfolio that I've been building now for about a decade, I'm looking to gain exposure to names that are going to offer high income generation from day one. I'm also looking to get that income as tax efficient as possible as a bonus because my portfolio is a taxable brokerage. But along with that, equity appreciation, seeing the portfolio go up on top of all that is definitely a bonus. Now, because this ETF just happens to basically cross off everything I'm personally looking for, doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect for you necessarily. But for me, this ETF offers everything I'm looking for and then some. So that's why I own so much of this ETF in my long-term portfolio. Now let's talk a little bit about the actual income this ETF has produced, at least over the last year or so. It looks like 52 cents, almost 53 cents per share per month, 52, 51, and it's over 51 cents, around 50 cents per share per month on average, if we were to look back on all the distributions since inception. Now, the great thing about an ETF like this one that offers a very consistent distribution, in my opinion, is that every single share that you buy of SPYI, you sort of have an idea, at least in theory, it's not for certain, but at least in theory, you have an idea on how much you're going to be receiving as far as distributions go that following month. Now, the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF is, of course, a high income ETF, but it still has grown a little bit on the max time frame. Since 2022, it has grown around 7.35%. Now, I've been saying this for years. You can literally go back and watch my older videos, but I've always said that if an ETF pays me a tax efficient 12%, 13%, 14% per year, and even trades sideways or even loses 1% per year over time, I personally would be very, very happy with that amount of returns. But this ETF is not only not decayed, it's actually grown a little bit. It's up around 7.35%, around $3.50, so nothing insane, but the ETF has grown over time and has recovered during buy the dip opportunities pretty quickly. Now, another thing this ETF offers is it offers a ton of their income in the form of return of capital. It says right here, for example, in connection with the monthly dividend payment of 52.68 cents per share payable October 24th to investors of record October 22nd, it is anticipated that 99% of such dividend will be return of capital. Now, what is return of capital? It says right here, return of capital or ROC, you probably have heard about this a lot in the dividend community, is a payment or return received from an investment that is not considered a taxable event and is not taxed as income. ROC reduces an investor's adjusted cost basis and is not considered capital gains from the investment. It's non-taxable until the cost basis reduces to zero, at which point any subsequent return will be taxable as capital gains. Now, lastly, it's only fair that we look at SPYI on a total return basis, stretch out this ETF's total return on the max time frame, which gives us a 55, almost 56% total return over the past several years. This is around 14.36% on average. Now, I get it, maybe some of you guys aren't going to be all that excited with a 14% average return. I personally am, but I'm telling you, as far as the foundational position, especially in the high income world, SPYI is definitely a great high income ETF to look into. And I'm definitely biased because I own a ton of this one and also love the S&P 500. So now that we talked about my favorite high income ETF as of right now, the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF, SPYI, I share with you guys why I personally love it, why I own so much of it, and why it could be a great ETF to look into in late 2025 or early 2026. I lastly, most importantly, have a question for you down below. Do you currently own any of this one? And if so, how many shares do you have? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.